go. Whoa! Oh, wind burst, there we go.
The E-flite 1.0m P-51D, spanning roughly 40 inches in wingspan, features several battery options and smart technology. There really isn't much to assemble. Multi-language manual has clear drawings, but you're not going to be looking at it much anyway. Surface detail is fairly good with some panel lines and painted details. I like the little ball links on the control surfaces. Foam cells are visible close on, but overall the decals and paint look quite good. I noted the self-aligning servo connector on the wing. More recessed details on the fuselage. I didn't even have to install the prop. Servos and smart receiver are snugly fit into the fuselage. Fixed landing gear are plug-in and seem relatively durable. I like the way the strut doors are mounted. Battery hatch has these low-key tabs to make removal easier, where you have a cavity capable of holding up to a 4S 2200 mAh battery pack. Assembly starts with sliding the horizontal stab into the tail and screwing it into place. Lastly, snap on the link for the elevator. Then the wing can be installed. While on her back, I also installed the snap-in landing gear. And that's it. I threw in a battery so I could bind the receiver. I downloaded the setup files from Spectrum and saved it to an SD card, then loaded it into my transmitter. Once loaded, I was ready to bind the model. Since the receiver is buried under the wing, there is a handy bind plug extension. However, when I started the binding, something interesting happened. I got this pop-up on the transmitter. I had forgotten that newer E-flite models now have downloadable config files built into the receiver. Neat! Worked like a charm. So I did have to assign the Safe Select switch. Out of the field, the color scheme of the P-51 really popped in the sun. It's a bit of an unusual paint scheme for the P-51, but I think it works good for visibility in a smallish model. Anyways, enough gawking, let's fly this thing. The first flight will be with a 3S 2200 mAh battery pack.
Okay, we've got the wonderful little E-flite 1.1m P-51. This will be my first flight with this. Control check is good. We are in regular mode. All right, taking off. Ooh, need a bunch of right rudder. Here we go. Well, the wind is kind of quartering, so she's up. This is a 3S power. It says it can do 3S or 4S, so I wanted to try 3S first. And it's flying quite well. This is full throttle, so certainly not a power hog. Try a climb. Yeah, it kind of peters out, but it's fine. It's handling really nice. Probably gonna do a loop. Yeah. Look at that, 30 seconds into the flight, I'm already doing loops. And rolls. Let me back off the throttle a little bit, see how she does at 2/3 throttle. Fine, just perfectly fine. I'm gonna do a pass here, bring her down, cut the throttle a little bit. And she kind of half throttle there. I'm gonna go up, gonna do a stall turn. It's really kind of mild. I am going to come around here a little bit. Whee! All right, I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna come up a little bit, come around, and try the safe mode real quick. Safe mode on. Flying good, hands off. Let's do a turn. There is maximum bank angle. Full throttle, we'll pull up. There's maximum climb angle. It's pretty good. So the safe still gives you a really good maneuverability, relatively speaking. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. Try a snap roll here. To the right, to the left, coming into a bit of a, not a double, what do you call that? Split S, thank you, there we go. Try a touch and go here. Glide is pretty good. Bounce and go. Needs a little bit of right rudder. I may need to trim the rudder a bit. In fact, I'm going to kind of put in a couple clicks of trim here. There we go. Which is not unusual for tail dragger warbird. All right, try some inverted here. Modest amount of down. I like it. It's really nice. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let me bring her up. Get into the wind, drop the throttle, pull back on the elevator a little bit, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. There's full up elevator, no throttle. Look at that, just mushes. I'm still holding full up elevator, it just got a mush. Let me finish some rudder here. Wow. Doesn't have that nasty P-51 stall. I'm still just mushing. All right, lay it off. All right, that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna land her and try with a 4S. Back off the throttle a little bit. And bump in just a touch of throttle since there's a bit of wind. Settles in real nicely. There we go. Whoa! Whoa, wind burst, there we go. Up a throttle. Ah! Not my finest hour. It was the wind. Yeah, the wind. Yeah, that did it.
Go. And the landing gear just snapped out of place and was easily rectified. While I switched batteries, it was a good time to review the club rules. There will be a quiz at the end of the video.
Take it off. All right, now we got a 4S 2200 in there. Let's see what kind of power this thing has. Remember to hold a little bit of right rudder this time. There we go, a lot of right rudder. So the vertical is? Ah, much better. Yes. Now we're playing with power. Here's a full tick run.
Taking off.
You got it. Yeah, yes. So 4S, I think, is definitely the way you want to go. This is a really mild flyer. Loop, I'm sorry. Cameraman's gonna be yelling at me. There's a jet up there. Do a kind of a half rolling circle. There we go. Yeah, now I can fly basically half throttle, 2/3 throttle just fine. With the 3S, it flies okay, but you need 2/3 of full throttle really. But it probably, if you have that pack, it'll work just fine. Just realize you'll be getting P-51B performance, no, 836 performance versus
Pass, left to right.
P-51D performance like this. All right, so down the deck. It'll do a knife edge. Full left rudder, not quite. Whee! First of all, see if I can land it like a normal person. Coming in, back with the throttle. Coming a little fast here. Ah! Knocked the gear off again. On the runway. That was a nice landing. I wonder if I forgot to snap it in. Ah, but it's the other one this time. Oh, so I may have forgotten to put the screws in for the landing gear. Okay, so it's okay. We don't need no stinking landing gear. Let's see how well this thing hand launches. All right, we're gonna put her in safe mode. She's in safe mode. And I'm gonna try hand launch. I'm gonna do an underhand, overhand. Let's do underhand, see how that works. Hey, not bad. Still in safe mode. Whee, okay, hand launch is just fine. Torqued over a little bit to the left, but not terribly bad. Take it out of safe mode. 351, flies really nice. Get yours today. Might be a little faster without the wheels, right? Let's do a little pass here real quick. Yeah, maybe just a touch. For going vertical. Whee. Well, one thing, I wonder if it'll spin. Let me go up a little higher. And kick the rudder over, pull up elevator, see if I can get it to a spin. Yeah, kind of. All right. Got somebody taking off, so I'm gonna land. In the grass here. Way in the grass. Hey, nice. I think I spoofed the other airplane. I don't know if you saw that. You went wee. Well, obviously, I think it's best considered as a 4S model. But that said, it's a great flying park-sized warbird. I think I actually will leave the gear off as it's very easy to hand launch. It literally makes a great throw-around plane. As a model, it's easy to fly and would make a great first warbird. Now, I was looking at the unusual paint scheme and it caused me to look up the full-scale plane, where I found out Ferocious Frankie, as it's called, has a really good storied history. Named after pilot Major Wallace Hopkins' wife, he racked up 8 kills in Europe with it. The plane then went on to fly 76 combat missions in Korea. It later flew in Reno air races, where it won 2nd place at one point. But that's not all. It continued to fly in numerous movies, including Memphis Belle, Saving Private Ryan, and Fury. Now that is quite a history.
Hi, thanks for watching. Please take a look at the video description below for special HobbyView sales and discounts. Your purchases help support this channel. Happy modeling.
Not my finest hour.